What is up, everyone? Jeff here, No Cutscenes, and today I have a bigger guide. It includes like a bunch of mini tutorials, let's builds, guides, walkthroughs, how-tos, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But we're going to be going through a bunch of them. So yeah, first off here, we got a bus with a powered door that has a delayed off switch set to 3 seconds, so it closes the door behind you. 2 switches on each side, so it works no matter where you are. And yeah, I think it looks pretty good. And also here in this shot, we're going to be showing you kind of how to do like these Christmas tree lights off the whatever Raider skull power pylon things. And then the next one, we got the new concrete style building, which is just perfect. It added a whole new level to building. Really, really thankful. Yeah, so we're going to be learning how to make like taller buildings that look like the houses and cliffs in California, whatever you want. Really cool stuff, different level, multi-level ones, and it's pretty easy. It only takes a few minutes to make each one. And finally, we got here just a showcase of like these Raider pole angled lights that are really easy to make too. And I'm also throwing in some other stuff in there as well that I haven't showcased or previewed here real quick. But yeah, if you watch the entire video, you'll learn a lot, I'm sure. I promise. Okay, so let's get started with the first one here. It's just basically to show you that with the new trailers, you can actually snap them to existing shack pieces, foundation, floor pieces, whatever, and that you can place them on top of them as well. You don't need to use the rug glitch. If you want, you can, of course, up to you. Next up, still with the trailer, but this time it's with the power door. You can use the power door, and they'll actually snap onto the edge of the trailer. You can also do it with the other style doors, or concrete, whatever doorways as well, too, but I like the power doors. Next up, just a little short demonstration again of like the Christmas tree kind of lights that I made. I found them to work on the Raider poles that have like the skulls on them because there's just a little bit more room to work with. And what I ended up doing actually was placing everything that I used on the floor on the rugs to do the rug glitch. And yeah, as you can see, I kind of take it away. I use the power pylons just because it looks better. You can put them inside the actual Raider pole itself, so it kind of intersects. And I put the Raider pole itself on top of a candle. And you can connect your power pylon to whatever power source you want to use. I use the fusion generator because you're going to need a lot of power. And yeah, I like the candle down. It gives a little ambiance. You can even stack them using the shack foundations and removing it. And then you just basically put the power pylon inside of it. You got a little Christmas tree. I think it looks pretty cool. Alright, so next up, let's go through, show you how to make these style where it's like stacked high. You know, you have a lot of open space. There's not like a lot of walls. You can put walls if you want, make it yours, whatever. It's really easy. So first, you want to start with one of the concrete walls, one of the long ones. After that, you're going to want to take one of the upper shack floors. You can use the wood ones, the concrete ones, doesn't matter, whichever you want. Take one of the smaller shack floors, the 1x1s, place it off to the side, and then get your other floor. Whichever one you want to use. You can use the one with the netting, you can use the concrete, you can use the wood. Place one of the other concrete walls on top of it, just like that. And then afterwards, you take the 1x1, the really tall, long, not wide concrete wall, and just place it like so. After that, you move the other concrete wall underneath the one that we placed up before, and you do the same thing. And again, you're just going to basically repeat this step each time. You're going to keep on moving the concrete walls up, place them on the side, and then you're going to probably want to put some stairs just so you make it a little easier on yourself. But really, if you want, you can just use the left bumper or L1 with A to move it up and down, and holding A to move it around and everything. And again, you just place the upper floor there, place the small one off to the side, and this time I'm just going to use the wood one to show you that you, of course, can use the wood if you want. And then again, go back to your concrete. First of all, you're going to probably want to remove the shack floor. You can always place it back there if you want to make a little balcony, but you don't really need to. Again, place it, you're good to go. Alright, next up, we're going to go show you how to make the bus. So with the bus, you can place it on the rug. I found that it's easier to place on the front of the rug, or the front of the bus on the rug. And as you can see, when I place it down, it'll intersect. There's no collision. It looks really cool. So after that, what you're going to need to do is place down 6 sets of rugs, 2 of them each, and then you're just going to want to place all your powered stuff down. And what I just use the small generator because you're only going to need 2 power total. You can, use it from a fusion generator if you want to put like a bunch of different cycling lights, but basically you want to place a terminal on the power or on the rug, connect it to the power. Then after that, you want to place 2 powered pylon switches on each side of it, onto the rugs, of course, and 2 delayed off switches. Very easy. Hope you have the copper for it. if you don't, go buy it from Arturo in Diamond City or whatever. And then you're going to want to connect your delayed off switch to the powered pylon switch, and then the switch itself, both of them, to the terminal. After that, you can either set whatever time you want. This is going to be how long the door stays open for. So if you want it, half a second, really quick, you can do that. If you want 5 seconds, you can do that. Afterwards, attach both of the delayed off switches to the powered pylon door. And I made another tutorial showing like a little bit more in depth. I'm just doing this really quickly to show you how you can do it with the bus. Again, go in here, set it to whatever time you want. If you want to work with, a longer period of time, go for it. And as you can see, once you flip either switch, door opens, door closes after however many seconds you put into the terminal there. No matter what, it'll work from both sides. You don't need to use just the switch itself, which honestly I don't like because I think it's just cooler if it has a little bit of timing. So after that, on the left side here, you want to make sure the door's set up just like so. Otherwise, it kind of looks silly. You're going to want to place both of the switches. Doesn't matter which one you use because both of them are going on the same side. Inside, of the actual power door itself, just like so. You want to make sure that they're sticking out just a little bit. The delayed off switch doesn't need to stick out, but the actual power pylon switch does, because that's where you're actually going to be, switching it on and off. And again, you kind of want to make the delayed off switch intersect the wall a little bit there. It doesn't need to all the way because the back one, this one here, the back, is going to be covered up by the bus mostly. And so the front a little bit as well. And again, you just kind of want to make sure that if you need to get access to both of them, you can. You can always remove them too, but that's up to you. And as you can see here, the terminal, it's going to go through wherever you want. Really, you kind of want to put it on this side again here, just because that's where the bus is going to have the meatiest part, and it's going to kind of cover it up. And again, it does, cross a little bit with the wires, but that's okay because the bus is going to kind of cover it up. And again, what you want to do here with the actual power source, place it right next to the terminal. And at this point, your timing is going to be set. So figure out whatever time you want. Make sure you have it, to your liking. After that, you kind of can't really get into it. You can if you remove it, but then again, that kind of defeats the whole purpose of making everything look clean and kind of hidden. So yeah, place everything with the rugs how you want them. Make sure they're back a little bit from the door. And then what you want to do, of course, every time before you remove rugs, you want to quick save, because I actually messed up here. For this part, you don't want to remove the rugs. For most of the electrical stuff, like you can see it kind of jumps down and jumps up, that's okay. But you kind of want to keep the terminal and the generator there on the rugs. You can always remove the rugs from the power pylon and the delayed off switches. But yeah, I fucked up, and you actually want to keep the rugs underneath the generator and the terminal. So then basically after that, take your bus, and you're going to be able to place it kind of on that big rug, and you're going to want to have a bunch of smaller mats, like 4 or 5 of them. Just again, depending on where like your level is, you're going to kind of need to figure it out for yourself. But yeah, you can see how I kind of made it so that it goes down the hill a little bit so that it falls down. Because if it's too high, you won't actually be able to get through the door itself. Because when you take the rugs away, it's going to drop. Or you can fast travel away if you find like the level that you like, and then just come back. And I actually messed up here again. I went the wrong way, but it's quick and easy fix. All you got to do is drag it to where, it's perfect. Again, it doesn't need to be spot on because you can always move the bus. And as you can see, like the generator's sticking out, and that's why you want to kind of quick save before, so you can just mess around, figure out the best specifications, the best placement of everything. But as you can see, you can get inside. You're not blocked. Nothing's hitting your head. And the door opens and closes from both sides. So pretty much you're good to go. After that, if you want, go ahead, mess around, make sure it's perfect to how you like it. Alright, and then last up here, we got what I think is pretty cool. It's a Raider pole light box contraption thing. And what you want to do first is use these shelves. They're just the best ones I've found because, as you can see later, they fit perfectly. And of course, you want to actually have like a shack floor on the bottom just to make sure everything is level. You can do it on the houses, or where the houses were at Sanctuary, the destroyed ones. But honestly, you can do this anywhere at any settlement if you just use the shack floors. Yeah, sorry for the fuck up there from my capture card. I don't know what's happened. But basically, after that, you want to go into the miscellaneous of the light, find the smaller light boxes, just because they don't actually use one power each, and it just looks better with the smaller ones, I think, anyway, compared to the bigger ones. And you basically want to make sure that they're lined up right on the edge. Now, you're going to be able to put 6 across, and as you can see, like the little lip on the left side of the shelf, you kind of want to line up the light boxes to that, and of course make sure it's square to the front. And then basically you put 2 down on each one of them. Just repeat the same process for each one. Make sure that it's kind of a little away from the lip. After that, put another one down, and this is just so you have, you know, I guess just so that there's 2 there. I kind of like having it like that just because it makes me feel better. If you want to put 1 and then just do it each time, you can. Again, you want to make sure it's pretty much flush. You don't have to be 100% flush, but you want to make sure that kind of each light box is as far away from the front on each one of the 3 shelves as the other one. After that, go ahead, place your other 4 down, make sure it's 6 across. You're going to kind of have to go back and forth so that you can actually get, you know, 6 across. Again, you'll have to use the left bumper or the left trigger, L2 on the PS4. I don't know what it is on the PC, sorry, but basically, as you can see, you're kind of going to have to mix it, you know, just trial and error to get it so that it's kind of like that. And you want to make sure that there's a little gap. You can always, of course, make it no gap if you just intersect the shelves before, but honestly, I found this not to look as good because, as you'll see here in a second, when you take the shelf away, those stay up. But you're going to want to place the Raider poles in where that little gap is. Now after this, take away your shelves, because you'll actually see that you're going to be able to place more light boxes all the way down to the ground. And if you want, you can use the multi-select tool to actually push it and put it wherever you want, but we're going to do that later anyway. We're going to do it with the Raider pole itself. So after that, go ahead, you can put like 6 down there. If you want, you can make like massive one. If you want, you can do like I showed in the beginning, where it's just like 4 rows of them. It's kind of up to you. But as you can see, it'll be 5 down, 6 across. It'll actually go to where you put the shack floor, and it'll stay. It's not like the rug glitch where it drops them after you release. So after that, you're going to want to place 2 more rugs down, 2 mats, so you can actually put one of your Raider poles. I think they're Raider poles, spike poles, whatever the fuck they are. You can use whichever one you want because all the Raider poles work with rug glitch. I just like using this one because it's tall, because you can make like 10 rows of it if you want. After that, you kind of just place it right in that gap there. There you go, you're good. And again, you can stack the light boxes higher up, like I had before. You can stack them. You can even make an octagon if you wanted with 8 shelves. So completely up to you. So yeah, hope you all learned a lot. Thanks for watching. It's just a quick little, you know, let's build guide, but yeah, thanks for watching.